What up, you guys? Welcome to a brand new episode. We are Aliens in the Sky. I'm Sky.
I'm Alien.
This is not Alien. She's an imposter. But today, we're going to be laughing, crying, and squealing about this new Lizzo situation that has happened. She just put out her brand new album titled Beh. And apparently it flopped on its little
Wait, what was the title's name again?
of the album.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch.
Why are you calling me though? I'm telling your mom.
Wait, hold on, chill. The album apparently flopped. And we're talking a historical flop. Like, I think Ice Spice outsold her.
Oh.
And she was like, Ice Spice was the biggest flop. Shout out to Ice Spice, But her sales and her numbers on her music is not good. But for someone from Lizzo, where she was at, the fall from grace needs to be studied. I mean, it was documented and everything, but right now we're entering a new phantom zone for her. I'm praying for her. Double hand emojis. Because this is crazy. This is crazy embarrassing, bro.
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because actually, like, if you look into the whole situation, and hopefully they talk about it in the video, she did this to herself. This was all self-inflicted. And that's why it's funny to me, because it's funny to me when POSs get caught and then they kind of just have to revel in the mud. I enjoy that because it's like, LOL, you did this to yourself. So let's just jump right into it, guys.
What's popping out? Lizzo has found herself as the laughing stock, but also the North Star. Well, I guess you could call it the South Star, because that's where everybody doesn't want to go, of the new music industry and pop artists after it. And this all started back in May when she decided to promote her upcoming album, BITCH. And in early May, she would talk about some of the challenges that she was having promoting it. This album was set to release on June 5th.
Hi, I'm Lizzo. I have an album coming out in 23 days, and I bet you nobody even knows that. I'll tell you why. Full disclaimer, last time I made a video like this, I got some hate on the internet because people were like, oh, she's just mad that she's flopping. But like in person, in real life, real people in the industry came up to me and said, thank you for saying what you said, because everybody else is too scared to say it. So I'm gonna end this disclaimer by saying, I don't really care what somebody on the internet who's never done this before has to say about it, because you don't know what you're talking about, and I do. The algorithm-based way that social media functions now is destroying the music industry. Now, when I say the music industry, I don't mean music culture. I don't mean the good music that's out. I don't mean our ability to connect via social media to music. I'm talking about the actual industry that allows artists to sell their music for profit. Because if your algorithm is super serving you things out of order of when they're happening, then the general public has no idea when music is actually coming out. I have had several occasions where there were artists whose music I was actually looking forward to, I completely missed because I didn't realize it was out because my algorithm didn't tell me. And I don't want to blame everything on the algorithm. Of course, we curate our own reality. However, back in the day, which was maybe even just 5 years ago, we used to get things chronologically. Because of streaming and social media and our post-COVID chronically online society, most of music marketing is online. Not to mention budgets are, therefore, music marketing relies heavily on social media. But now, ever since the algorithm has been showing us things out of order, baby, there's actually no way to successfully promote an album where everyone knows your album is coming. Now, mind you, when I say everyone knows your album is coming, that doesn't mean whether they care or not that it's coming. Believe it or not, once upon a time, there were artists who were just the biggest on the planet who everyone knew their album was coming, whether they were gonna buy it or not. It was ubiquitous. Where it bites me in the ass is I have a private page. I have a private page with over 280,000 people who follow me because they support me, because they love me. But even when I post on that page, I'm not hitting their algorithm.
So here, Lizzo's actually giving a lot of good game. Granted, this is one of the perfect moments where the messenger is more important than the message. I know it's like the most common phrase is, nah, don't shoot the messenger. Or, well, actually, if you look through history, messengers were getting shot frequently. Yes, and all they were there to do is deliver a message because people associate the negative message with that individual. But that's neither here nor there. But with Lizzo specifically, people don't like Lizzo, so it doesn't matter what she's saying, it's not gonna hit well. It's like Taylor Swift is the opposite. Everybody loves Taylor Swift, or at best they're indifferent, so you might not care what she has to say. So when Taylor Swift comes out and says, oh, the industry's taking advantage of me, and I'm gonna re-record my albums, and I'm gonna put them out so I can have ownership over the masters, everybody buys it up. Whereas with Lizzo, they're like, hey, Chunky, go over there. That's what they're saying, not me. But
So, first things first, we're artists.
Yeah.
We do this music stuff. If you guys don't know, I'm just giving you a little disclaimer because we do music and stuff, and
We do rap.
we do a little bit of rap. We do a little bit of jazz play.
You guys do not want to hear me rap.
But we like literally are nerds about this, and we do like study music. She even went to school for music. Well, I'm like a nerd and I tap into music and everything like that. So I will say this on behalf, in the spirit of fairness to Lizzo, is that she ain't lying for the most part. Is that, yeah, the algorithm and promoting music has definitely shifted in the last couple of years, and it's not what it used to be for sure. I mean, the way people even, no one even buys music at this point anymore.
Yeah.
People just stream music, whether that's on like Spotify or iTunes. Not even iTunes, they do like Apple Music. That's what it is now. That's how out of the loop I am with that. It's Apple Music now, and like, or YouTube and stuff like that. So people don't even purchase music at this point anymore. So sales and buying albums, everybody's numbers have been lowered. But there are people who still actively go purchase records, but record labels and industries have shifted from how many units we sold to how much we streamed and where do we rank on the top 100 billboards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're basing it off of, judging it off of different things.
Yeah.
Even more so to the fact where it's gotten to the point where there's even artists who, when they come out with a new album, they sell the digital copy along with a T-shirt or a vinyl or something that people can physically have, so they sell stuff. And a lot of artists have been caught in this, like, oh, you're selling merchandise, you're not selling music. But that's the way of the game right now. If you're actually trying to prove that, oh, I sold this many albums, and that's just how the game has worked. And in the case of Lizzo, and how people aren't like really knowing her albums gonna come out, in a certain way, I do agree with her, because the algorithm is a little funky now, and it's not even chronological at this point, and it's what you interact with.
Yeah.
With that being said, if you have a really dedicated fan base, which what you did have, Lizzo, you were on top, dude. Like, you were selling out stadiums at a certain point. You were on talk show host areas and stuff. People are not gravitating towards you because you burnt the fuck out, bro. Like, they're literally like being like, I'm not checking that out.
Yeah.
And honestly, if we're getting really deep with it, I also think the internet knows that people don't like you, so they're promoting your stuff even less.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, nobody cares about this person.
Well, I also
now.
think that like if we think about like the YouTube, because we talk about like the algorithm since we're doing this shit now, right?
Yeah.
And so like we looked up YouTube channels that like kind of explain like how can you ride the algorithm wave type shit. And apparently like the new algorithm is here to push smaller,
Form stuff.
no, just
No.
like smaller channels
Oh,
and
like,
stuff
oh
like
yeah,
that.
okay.
Like channels that just started and stuff. So it could be because it was on that hinge of like keeping people obsessed or giving people the things that they wanted or whatever. I think they're trying to find a good middle ground where it's like we can do like, new and people who are still doing it and big people as well.
Yeah.
But because they're promoting more smaller ones now with that thought process, it's obviously going to knock out the middle and the top, which was
Right.
always the bigger ones,
Yeah.
or the ones that were taking up the full
Mm.
algorithm. So I think it could just be that. And that's why, like, because it's not just her having this problem, it's like a bunch of other artists, like a lot of artists are turning to streaming and stuff like that
Yeah.
to start like getting their money or whatever, because they're not making money doing tours and stuff. And like more streamers are actually coming out and starting to be more like, not well, actually, yeah, more popular and have more money than like artists. And
Yeah.
so I think this is just us for the first time starting to tear down Hollywood. So it's not exactly about Lizzo. And I think what Lizzo is going through is more unique on her level, because I think what she's going through is because she's fat and she's black and she's a woman.
Mm.
And these are all just things that people is just starts putting lower and lower. And so if, especially when she has like these allegations on her,
It like sinks her.
yeah, like we already are in a society where people like are like, I'm not gonna fuck with that. But like if you just say your genuine sorries, and like, or you at least address it without even like being genuine about it and stuff, like people will listen. But she hasn't even really addressed it. She's addressed like the fat shaming stuff,
Yeah.
but when it comes to the essay stuff, she hasn't said anything. And I think most people, and especially her type of fans, because her type of fans are that like uh what do how do I explain, but I guess they are that demographic of people who do care about those allegations, you know
Right.
what I mean? And so of course they're gonna just be like, I'm not fucking with this.
Yeah.
Like, you're not telling us what happened,
Yeah.
you're not saying anything in the realm of that, like, we're good here.
Right.
So I think that's her biggest downfall, and I think that's what's happening. And then everyone else is like he just called her chunky, like,
Yeah.
so we already know for sure, like, half of this is just already happening because she's fat.
The way she looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I want to say here right now, before we continue this video, is that I'm not hating on Lizzo because of her physicality at all.
Oh, I'm not either.
Like, because I know like it's an easy train to jump on. And she was even getting that when she was at her peak top. And it's not that I was a Lizzo fan, but I supported her for sure. Especially when she was on that interview and she talked about she used to listen to the Mars Volta and Circa Survive. I was like, okay, I'm a fan. But I saw that hate that she was getting.
Yeah,
And it
like
was
people
like,
been just talking about her weight and stuff
yeah,
like that, which I don't give a fuck about.
I don't care
But
either.
basically, for the most part, everything I've seen of people are just like picking at their physicalities. But oh, the other thing for me, I also think it's a personality thing. Like, if people like their personality,
Yeah.
no one would care. Like, if she came with the energy of like Doja Cat, like people would be able to get over it,
Right.
but she's not. And instead of just like being like, well, fuck, nigga, I don't give a fuck,
Yeah.
like some shit that Doja Cat would do. Instead, she's like, I need to sit down and explain this to you guys and blah, blah, blah.
Mm.
And how do you explain to people who already don't give a fuck about you because of how you look? You know what I mean?
Mm.
So you kind of just have to come and do it on a bad bitch level,
Right.
you know?
And I also think, speaking of personality, it also, a lot of people deemed her as annoying
Yeah.
because of how the fat positivity it is.
Yeah.
And a lot of people find that super off-putting and annoying.
Oh yeah, cause like we watch. Well, I watch. What's her name?
I forget.
Michelle McDaniel.
Yeah.
And she talks about like Lizzo a lot and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And Lizzo would literally come online and be like, love your body and da da da, and I'm eating all of this today,
Yeah.
and da 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 da. So I get it. Like, people probably did think that's annoying, because like a lot of people think like the body positivity like stuff and the fat positivity stuff is like annoying. But again, that's part of just the fat phobia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue.
No, actually, I think we're done, you guys. I'm tired. I'm over it. I don't give a fuck. No, I'm kidding. Give me that shit.
I'm tired. I'm over it. That was so good. I like that for some reason.
I'm tired. I'm over it.
But Lizzo
That was
is
so
correct.
catchy.
And Lizzo came out during this weird time where radio play helped her a lot, virality helped her a lot, but the fact that Lizzo was so famous was
Like, even that video that we were watching where I'm like talking about like how she like how she's not wearing a wig or whatever, and that her just hair is just like braided back, which is fine. She doesn't have to wear a wig and no one gives a fuck about that. But it's the fact that like our brains are just crazy, right? So like you're gonna want to listen more if this person comes online looking attractive almost, you know what I
Right. Oh,
mean?
I get you.
So if she she looks like she's wearing makeup, maybe it's just a filter, but she looks
Yeah.
like she's already wearing makeup. So if she like had did something else to her hair, and then she started like if she had taken out of the braids or whatever, just had it like in a puff or something like that, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Or
Mhm.
if she had put in two little puffs or something like that, make it look super
Yeah.
cute, then like it's like people's brains would be less um
Like judgmental.
judgmental, distracted, or
Right.
whatever from being like, well, I already don't like this person already.
Yeah. It like looks unappealing
Yeah,
almost,
yeah.
right?
So you got to be more like, unfortunately, right?
Right.
Like, I don't want to be like you have to, because genuinely you don't have to do anything. And like I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, but
I think what you're saying is that that's how people's brains work.
it just works that way. But I'm not saying like, oh, this
You
is what you
have
have
to
to
do.
do.
But
It's just like, if you want this, it's a tip. It's a critique and what could help her, because like at the end of the day, we're saying like her, well, the internet is saying like her this whole career thing is over.
yeah.
But she takes the tips that we're saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in her mind, I think what it is that a lot of like celebrities, they get a blindness because they're a celebrity. Why the fuck would they listen to like normal people and what they have to say?
Normies.
And so to her, she's like, I'm a celebrity, I could just come on here however the fuck I want and people are gonna glaze
They're gonna
me.
frolic.
But in general, hi, I went to school for body language and all this other stuff, as well as like a little minor study or whatever. So I just know a little brain like tricks or whatever. And if you want people to actually like understand and listen, then you have to just be like a little bit more appealing, unfortunately. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's just how the human brain is conditioned.
Yeah.
So I get where you're coming from.
Like if she came
play
on
helped her a lot, virality
looking
helped
like
her a
this
lot,
with the
but
red
the
wig,
fact that Lizzo
like I
was
promise you,
so
people
famous
would
was
have listened a little bit more.
Fair. That's fair enough.
something that we didn't quite understand, most of us. Like the Truth Hurts song, we could understand an Adele. We could even understand a Meghan Trainor, but everyone was confused with
The
Lizzo,
greatest
which I
artist
don't
of
think
all
that
time.
she was really in the know, like, or not in the know, but she didn't have the pulse of what we were all paying attention to, which is who is putting money behind this person
Like,
to
I'm
make
pretty
them
sure in this video, like maybe she's about to do some music, not in this music video. In this video, she's about to probably go do a music video, so her hair is braided like that because she's about to like lay down a lace or something.
Put something on.
Yeah, like, but it's like, girl, maybe you should have done that
And then made
first
the
and then
video.
made
Made the
this
video.
Yeah, people would have locked in more, I promise you.
so successful. On a smaller scale, it's like Coi Leray, whereas like Coi Leray, obviously the image is very different, but Coi Leray had so much money behind her. Think about it, how many real fans does Coi Leray have? She's not even a Trim. Miss Trim from South Carolina is more popping right now than Coi Leray. Now Coi Leray had a hit, which was in part due to remixing a previous hit from 20 years ago, but hey, listen, I always give her credit for being able to pull out a hit, and that's probably all she'll ever need. But I
Isn't
do
Coi
think it's
Leray
really
the one
disappointing that
that was
people
with,
like
Trippie
Lizzo
Redd?
are unable
Yeah, and
to
he
reach
cheated on
fans.
her
Like she
after he
says
got her
later on in
pregnant.
this video that she had a page that was specifically private for
My
her
goat.
diehard fans.
Stop.
And now, because of the way that social media algorithms work, she can't reach these people. And that's unfortunate, and it's sad because she worked hard to build that. Anyway, she goes on, promotes the
The way
album,
she's just,
and
like,
everyone's
bobbing in the
focusing
back
on
and you
this.
can't
And
hear
the album,
her.
BITCH, drops June 5th, and it's via Atlantic, which is important because Atlantic Records, just like with Warner, they cleaned house. They fired a lot of people and they stopped putting support behind a lot of people and they dropped a lot of people. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if A Boogie got dropped. I know that Meek Mill ended up getting dropped. A bunch of people, they were just like, hey, just get out of here. Get out. Skedaddle. We're not interested in you. And they just started to focus all their attention onto their best-selling acts. You could tell how much money they put behind Cardi B, who also put in her own effort. But it seems like Lizzo saw the effort that Cardi B was doing and thought that if she matched that, she would maybe get a proportional return, but that's not the case because even on Rolling Stone they would report this and they said BITCH arrived on June 5th via Atlantic. Within its first week, the album sold 2,649 copies and racked up just under 2.7 million on-demand streams, according to music data company Luminate. In its second week, which is more important, it drops nearly, 75%? Sales drop to 650 units, while streams dip to just under 900,000. So this is as close to DOA. I think Sway Lee might have sold more numbers than her. It's a steep drop from her previous album, 2022's Special, which debuted with 39,000 copies sold and 69,000 equivalent album units earned, enough for a number 2 debut on the Billboard 200. B somehow managed to evade the chart entirely. Time is of the essence for most pop artists, and yet her brief absence doesn't entirely explain such an abrupt fall. What does? I think it's a lot of different things. I don't think not her ascension, because I think that might have been real, but she was really a one-hit wonder. She didn't have the motion like that, and she was pushed by all of these late night shows, and everyone started clowning her. Like the girls.
She had like 2 songs that went like up there. It was Truth Hurts and About That Time.
And when she was at her shows, man, like I was telling you, she was like selling out like stadiums and stuff.
No, I saw, yeah.
Like that's not one hit wonder type energy. Like she had motion, bro. Like she seriously did.
I don't know, man.
Listen, I'm not claiming that I know her whole album discography or anything, but I'm telling you, she would probably sell as much tickets as like Megan Thee Stallion back in the day.
I'm just saying because like I have a cousin who's a one-hit wonder technically. His song is Day and Night, and but I still think that he's sold out stadiums, you know?
Huh? Day and Night? Are we talking about Kid Cudi right now?
No, I'll be sure. You know for a fact that she had more than one hit. That's definitely been on the radio. Like she's not a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. I don't know her career too much, but I know I could, just from the shows.
Wouldn't Kid Cudi be technically a one-hit wonder? Because the only song that's ever of his was Day and Night, and that one hit the radio. That was it.
It was, but he has like an actual like fan base, and he has like actual like records. The way I always see one-hit wonders are like you put out one good song, and then like the rest of your catalog is pretty mid, and like you have
not a one-hit wonder.
You have no motion at all.
No, because there's plenty of one-hit wonders that still get motion. They just don't get on the radio. Like, that's what one-hit wonder means.
Like who?
Like Kid Cudi, like we just said.
But he has other songs. He has like
yeah, but they're not hitting the radio.
He had what's it called, that one song with MGMT, A Pursuit of Happiness. That was also
and that hit the radio.
Yeah,
never hear that before. I don't even know one-hit wonders because I don't watch anything, but I do know my cousin is a one-hit wonder because I know just one song of his has been on the radio. But he has like a big ass like fan base. Like it's still going on to this day. He has kids that are now famous and hanging out with Diddy and shit like that. You know what I mean? They're on TV. They're getting acting gigs. They're going on podcasts and all this other stuff. So it's like a one-hit wonder is just solely about radio. It's not about your fan base. Okay. Anyone can have a fan base at this point too. Like we know people who are shitty and they have big fan bases.
I get you.
You know?
I get you.
were clowning her, the pop world, the pop stands, everybody collectively was making fun of her album sales. And she would have a little mini crash out, throwing her Grammy on the floor on TikTok because she doesn't understand why.
Okay, I promoted my album and people on the internet clown me for it, so I don't know what to do. I promoted my album super hard and people were calling me a desperate flop, so I don't know, guys.
So while this was all going on, I wanted to wait for the album to drop because I thought this was one of the most interesting stories. Because people say, yo, this person didn't put enough effort into promoting. Lizzo put out for a month, everybody saw what Lizzo was doing. And most people didn't care about the music. This is why I've been saying 100%. This for years, countless years. Hell, even Sean Cotton is saying this now with rappers, and he's experienced it because the guy's actually signed several artists. The music doesn't matter for the most part. Do you even know what the music sounds like on Lizzo's new album? You're probably like, nah, but I'm not going to listen to it, even though you may have heard of her promoting it. But one of the points that she made was that, like, hey, back then you all heard that an album was dropping, and now you won't even hear about an album. Sometimes like 2 weeks later, if you're just using these music apps, you're like, whoa, this person dropped? I didn't know that. But with Lizzo, the reason is because she made herself very dislikable. There weren't many likable.
Also, yeah, like what he just said, she made herself dislikable, and you know why? Partial of like why this shit is flopping too.
Why?
Because she lost weight. So many people stopped deriding her because she lost weight. Because she was supposed to be there, like she's not even skinny mini. You know what I mean? She's just smaller. But because she was preaching body positivity and then decided to lose weight, people stop supporting her.
Yeah, that was one of like the biggest like pillars that she had, because it's like being like, you know, this is who I am, and I'm gonna represent all the girls that look like this. And then when she got canceled, she went ghost, and then she literally out of nowhere started posting on her Instagram again, just showing off her body. And everyone was like, oh, she found the Ozempic and stuff like that, which at that time Ozempic just hit. And everybody was on that shit. And so,
do you think it was Ozempic?
So I'm not here to speculate if it was or wasn't, because I honestly don't think it's fair. Because I at this point I really don't know when people are using it or not.
Yeah.
But I will say it was a bad optically.
Yeah.
So bad timing. Sure. It was bad timing.
I watch Michelle McDaniel, and Michelle McDaniel talks about this pretty often. And what Michelle said, she doesn't know 100% either. But what we do know is that Lizzo is a vegan. So she's a vegan. She's also rich as fuck, so she can like afford a dietarian.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she's actually a really active person.
Right.
So, like, she was like, of course, eventually, if she changes the way that she eats, because the only way that you can get fat is by, not really, like, there's a couple ways that you can get fat, right? Because one person was fat because their skin kept on growing underneath their body, like, underneath their other skin. And so it kept on, like, getting bigger and bigger. Yeah. So that's why that person was fat. But like most people, the way that you're getting fat is by not having a calorie deficit. And so she was like, you know, she already has basically everything in order. All she needs to do is just get on that calorie deficit and she'll start losing weight. So, and then that's what Lizzo said that she did, you know? And so, but everyone's still like, we think it's Ozempic.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was very bad optically, and then that was also a huge betrayal to her fans.
Oh yeah.
So
things about Lizzo. And even if she made incredible music, the fact that she was showing up to places like NBA games courtside wearing almost nothing, and you know, her appearance being what it is, which a lot of people weren't fond of, and regardless of her size, even if she was smaller and was behaving in the way that she was behaving courtside, people would have found it distasteful. So a lot of these fans, if you were going to talk about Lizzo fans, they likely would have matched the same demo of Meghan Trainor fans, right? All about that bass, that era of overweight women, which is like, you would think like moms would be listening to her.
queen.
But moms
She
or
wasn't even
middle-aged
overweight.
moms in general, they're not gonna want to see the image that Lizzo was putting out there, because they're like, wait, we have kids, and the way that you're dressing and showing yourself, like, we can't even play a music video of you for our kids or around our kids, and we can't even go to your show because you're trying to turn this into, I don't know, like a strip club or something. So you kind of lose that part of your fans. And the young girls, they're listening to Sabrina Carpenter. The young girls are listening and fanning out over somebody that is thin and fits some ideal appearance that they want to look like, and also delivers the music. Like, they're listening to Olivia Rodrigo, they're listening to Billie Eilish, and some people will say like Billie Eilish doesn't fit the mold of the image thing, the body image, but Billie Eilish is also not being as lewd as Lizzo was. And Lizzo's attitude and fake attitude, which is something that Coi Leray had, this fake confidence, which wasn't real, of like, oh, I'm the ish, that turned a lot of people away too. And the reason why I say that is because there were 2 other pop stars that dropped after Lizzo, and they should have done more numbers because their careers, they had way higher highs. And we're going to cover them right now. And I didn't see anybody talk about this, because to pull these numbers from Luminate that Rolling Stone is doing, you need to go out of your way to get these numbers. So people are all focusing on Lizzo, but let's just look at BB Rexa, right? A pop artist that I enjoy. The reason why I found out that her album even dropped, Dirty Blonde, was because I went on my Spotify app. They're like, hey, these are the new albums that dropped today. I was like, oh, cool. Let me listen to this album. I listened to the whole album. And this was an album that she put out, not with a major label, mind you. She put it out via distribution on Empire. And BB Rexa, she dropped this on June 12th. And the first week sales
she did like one country song
around 19,000 first week. But hold on. And this debuted at 43. So you're probably like, yo, that's a way, way more than
We're
Lizzo.
also not pop.
Hold on, though. 15,000 of this were pure sales, which were via bundles that she dropped and physicals and things like that with the album. So really, she sold around 4,000, which is in the same ballpark that Lizzo sold. Yet nobody's focused, and BB Rexa has had way bigger songs than Lizzo. She's been in the game longer than Lizzo. Like, she has that I'm Good. She has songs with multiple billions of streams. She was on Me, Myself, and I. That's probably the most recognizable one with G-Eazy for you guys that are into hip hop as well. And then she had a bunch of pop songs as well. So this girl, or this woman, she's doing the same number, but nobody's after her because BB Rexa doesn't have that much hate. Like, people don't want to see her fail, and they don't want to see her fail because she hasn't been moving like Lizzo. And I do think these are decent numbers, even for a BB Rexa to be put out via a distribution like Empire,
like we're
and not a major label. But there's another individual, and that is Jessie Reyez, who dropped the same day as BB Rexa, June 12th. And she dropped her album, A Little Vengeance. And Jessie Reyez, she had songs with like Sam Smith and stuff like that. So she has had hit songs with hundreds of millions of streams. Now, she's not as big as BB Rexa, nowhere close, but I would say she's on a slightly one level below, maybe we could say Lizzo, or not one full level, but they're in the same ballpark. With Jessie Reyez, her album A Little Vengeance, this would drop on a major, so this would drop on Universal, on Island underneath Universal, and she would do about like 10K first week. I don't know how much of that is pure sales, but she debuted at number 141. And this wasn't really reported. This didn't get as much attention either. And both Jessie Reyez and BB Rexa were putting in a lot of promotion into their albums. But it just goes to show you how important it is to preserve your likability. Or, well, yeah, for Lizzo, she just did everything wrong, frankly. And even people that don't listen to Lizzo's music hate her. Or they don't hate her, but they relish, they experience schadenfreude when it comes to her failing, and they enjoy her failing. But with a Jessie Reyez or a BB Rexa, either you enjoy their music and you know that they released and you listen to it and that's all there is to it, or you don't really pay attention to them. Maybe you hear the hits here and there and you're not really concerned with what their numbers do. And even if you saw their numbers, you're just like, oh, okay. It doesn't make you feel, it doesn't emotionally get you excited, happy to see them fail. You're probably just like, well, what did their last album do? You don't even care. You're just scrolling past it. And that's the big difference between a Lizzo and these other girls. And the problem for Lizzo is
That's
that she
because Lizzo was
cannot
bigger.
recover from this. Like, she
Like,
can't.
that doesn't make any sense. He like literally just tried to gaslight us into thinking that these other people that we never heard in our lives are bigger than Lizzo.
Well, you have heard of the other girl.
I heard of both of them, but even if I think about these people, they're still not as big as Lizzo.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're in the same like stratosphere, because like when Lizzo's was promoting her album, even though I don't put on any Lizzo songs, it still showed up in my algorithm that she's coming out with a new album called Be.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Because Lizzo's like a A-list or B-list celebrity, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah.
The other people that they just like talked about are like C-list and D-list.
Yeah.
Like Lizzo, she's like the artist that has like songs out there that are her songs. People know Truth Hurts, people know About Time or Good Enough or whatever her fucking other shit is, right?
Yeah.
But like the other people that he just mentioned, that he's trying to gaslight us into thinking like, oh, they're just as big or whatever. These people are like usually just like featured people.
Right.
They're not like actual like big name, self-titled, artists in the radio world.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, his argument just made no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, of course, no one's gonna give a fuck about those other people because they're like future artists in the radio world.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I just think that she put out an album. The algorithms are crazy, and someone just got shot, you guys.
Yeah, don't mind it. Don't mind.
Anyway.
Wee!
We hear him just drop it.
Yeah, whoop, boom.
Someone help if we go out there.
Yeah.
Just help end.
we throw little pop rocks at him.
Little pop rocks.
Yeah.
I drop one of those logs. Hope he rolls over and miss.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just think that it's an algorithm thing. The algorithms are changing. So just as an artist, we probably all have to figure out how to start promoting with the changes that are happening.
Yeah.
And then other than that, it's just her personality stuff that's happening right now, where she's not, talking about her allegations. She's not addressing them, and people don't like that. But you know what? We're in such a weird time where like even Dr. Disrespect came back. So girl, you could always come back. Just stop this foolishness. Like at this point, this is just a crash out, right? But if you stop crashing out and you just start acting like you genuinely don't give a fuck because you're at a point where you're like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm still making this money. I still got 2,000 people doing this shit. And now this is going to be my motivation to do even better next time. And they'll say, we'll see a comeback. So these nuts.
And it's not just an appearance thing. It's an appearance. It's the whole package that makes Lizzo unlikable, and she doesn't have the undeniable music behind it either. Now, do I feel bad for Lizzo? A little bit, in the sense that I know that she put a ton of effort into this album and getting it released, and she did everything that everybody told her you're supposed to do to have a successful album rollout, and then it doesn't do well, and then now she's going to be a laughingstock, and people are going to call her a flop and not listen to her music that she put a lot of effort into because it didn't perform well, despite her doing everything that people say you're supposed to do to make it perform well. And emotionally, that's got to be draining, because you're like, hey, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. No matter what, I'm going to get hate. But she set herself up for this. And anybody that was around her with some sense could have told her, hey, listen, you don't want people hating you. That is, especially if you're a pop star, that's not what you want. Like, look at Pitbull. You want people to feel lukewarm about you. Like, a lot of you guys probably don't listen to Pitbull.
Yeah,
maybe if it comes on right, a hit. But you're not like, yo, what did Pitbull just drop? But your opinion of Pitbull is just straight neutral. Or maybe it's like a positive meme where you're like,
How do
Dolly,
you know
Mr.
that?
Worldwide. So there's this positive affiliation.
What if I hate
it's like
this
a
nigga,
brand.
you know?
When you're a pop pop star, you're this
With the
major
porn
brand
bashing,
that's
like,
not
fuck.
soulless, like some sort of a corporation, but as close to it as possible. Like, you don't want to have any
And I do
opinions
hate
on anything.
Pitbull
You don't want to
because
be
I hate looking at his bald
controversial. You
ass
just
head.
want to be
Oh,
there to
shit.
give good
Just put
times.
on a
And that's what
toupee.
a Flo Rida does. That's what
Or
a
at
BB
least a
Rexa does.
beanie.
Now, she does, I think she puts
Yeah.
out like opinions here and
It's
there,
like he
but
gets
you
that
don't
shit
really hear them.
waxed.
Like, if you're a guy, that they're not reaching you. That's what, yeah, Flo Rida, Pitbull, that's what all, Enrique Iglesias at one point in time, that's what all these girls and guys at that top do. And it works. Now, with the Sabrina Carpenter, you could say that, yeah, she leans more into the, I guess you could say, like, misandrous themes. Some people would say that, but her fan base is all women and gay guys. So it's not really going to harm her at all. Like, she's not reaching the broad market like a Rihanna, for instance, who does not put those types of themes out, or even a Doja Cat, who does not put those themes out, who have more of a unisex fan base. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see you on the next one.
Final conclusion, class. What do we think? What do we feel? I mean, you kind of already said it before the video finished, so I'm just going to go ahead and say my little piece real quick. And that's the fact that yeah, these times are changing and it is different and it does vary from artist to artist. And I will also say it also varies to what genre you're in. And since I listen to mostly like alternative stuff, I guess the most popular stuff I listen to is hip hop. Um, you have to promote your stuff in a different way depending on what genre you're in. And for a pop audience, honestly, bro, I got to be honest. I listen to some pop. And if I was advising you as a pop artist to promote your album, bro, you're going to have to do like talk show hosts and stuff like that. That's where the pop audience is at.
Yeah.
A lot of the pop audience is still watching TV.
That and interviews and
Interviews,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Like you're gonna have to also do collabs
Mhm.
with like big little like the pop stuff. Like okay, let's do it to like the most generic kind of thing. Well, it became generic was like a Post Malone type thing. He was like kind of taking hip hop stuff, but since he was a white guy, it transitioned to it got labeled pop instead.
Mhm.
And the reason why he blew up was not only did he have songs that he like was on himself and he was good, but he got a lot of rappers to feature on him. And hip hop is a huge leverage to boost your numbers and everything. And Post Malone kind of knew that.
Mhm.
So he featured, in my opinion, and I know I might get killed for this, I think he got those features genuinely. I believed he actually genuinely liked making that kind of music. It just feels fucking weird when you somehow pivot to country and like you just kind of erase all that stuff almost.
Because it wasn't a genuine. Fuck off.
Yeah, I believe it was, all right.
It wasn't.
And I'm gonna stand on that.
Because if it was genuine, he would still be able to do it, and he wouldn't be out there like denouncing it and shit.
When has he denounced it?
Whenever he came out, was just like saying stuff like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do that anymore." He's like, "This has always been me," and type shit. And then he was like, "Oh, whenever I was doing rap, like." I don't remember the words that he was saying, but he was like, it was just easy, like type shit, just like
Yeah.
giving it, like he wasn't even giving like rap props, like where it came from, where it started, the meaning of why it started. You know what I mean? Why people are still using it, like the people who started it, and why they're still using it in that same way. He was like, no, it was just so easy. I can come up on here and say whatever the fuck I want. People were eating it up, type shit. Like, nah, dude, it wasn't genuine at all. And a lot of white people. Like, okay, if we were talking about like Jack Harlow, I feel like even though it's kind of like not great music,
What the
right?
hell was that? It's kind of not great music. That
'Cause
was
I don't want to say
wow.
shit because like
It's bad.
no,
man.
because like
He can't rap.
I might marry this man one day, right? So I can't talk shit about my husband.
What are you talking about, dude? He literally doesn't even. He was using you guys. You're talking about this shit about Post Malone, and he was literally using your kind.
But like Jack Harlow is still doing black music, and that's all he wants to do. And when he had the chance to pivot and rebrand into something else after like this shit's still going down, 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 he's like, nah, I want to do R&B now. He's like, I'm down with this, like going with a black flow.
Yeah, no, you're lying to yourself right now. That's crazy.
Dude. No one said that's good. I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
saying
he's literally
I
just
can't talk shit.
he's taking advantage of it because he's like, this is the one fan base that actually.
No, I think
for
that
me.
genuinely Jack Harlow likes black music. I don't think he likes black women.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I was telling you. I wasn't telling you that he doesn't like black music. But yeah, like if we were talking about Jack Harlow, like I was saying before, like his genuine love for like black music, I think like I would be able to look at you and be like, yeah, like he's genuine about it. He's not executing it greatly, da da da. But I think he genuinely likes it, and he genuinely likes listening to it, and he genuinely likes like, you know, even making the music and the process of it. Whereas when it was Post Malone, he was like, no, I was just doing that shit. And like we know, like I don't know too many other white rappers like that because I don't even listen to rap like that in general. But I was watching another video that was kind of talking about this and how like a lot of white rappers come in and use like black music as a stepping stone to get where they want. So like they'll use it as a stepping stone of like, I'll start doing rap just to get that fan base, and then I'm gonna switch to like country, or I'm gonna switch to MGK did
Yeah.
type shit. Like I'm gonna switch to country, or I'm gonna switch to rock music or punk type shit, like da da da, you know.
Yeah. There's
So
a lot of artists that do that.
yeah, so but that's just me talking about Post Malone.
Yeah. Well, back to my original point where
Mhm.
it's like that's how he was able to pop off his like that's how he was able to promote himself.
Mhm.
Was basically outreaching and doing this stuff, and Lizzo wasn't doing that. I mean, I didn't see the track list or anything like that, but I could imagine that when she was doing this comeback album, she didn't have any features. Cause like, who wants to hop on the Lizzo album after these allegations came out? And
We'll
so,
see. Keep going then.
and so I'm thinking to you, Lizzo, if you really wanted to promote this stuff, not only did you have to do social media stuff, but you had to go on these morning talk show hosts and do like, hey, I'm a pop artist, I'm putting out this stuff. And I also have to kind of, it's not that like, because I'm not also of the belief of like, if it's a good album, it's gonna sell well, because I know a bunch of artists that are underground and they're really talented and no one's really listening to it because one, they're not like promoting themselves like that, or two, it's like it's a genre where it's not exposed so highly. So I don't think that the greatest music caliber means it's gonna sell the best, because that's not true. And so I think, Lizzo, maybe your album wasn't that good, plus the promotion wasn't great how you're supposed to do it as a pop artist. Your likability, your personality, the allegations, pretty much a lot of shit was stacked against you. But you weren't doing yourself any favors, honey. You were not doing yourself any favors. So it kind of is what it is, man. Just if you once you're an artist, you're gonna just keep going anyway. So get back in the studio and just keep making stuff. And I've seen a lot of people come back from worse allegations and still have a fan base. So you can still go do some shows. Just keep making music.
Like David still has a fan base, by the
Oh,
way.
Jesus Christ.
So like, girl, like it's not over for you. You just got to switch a couple things. We all got to tweak stuff to get what we want, right? So like, stop thinking. I think her problem might be just like she thinks that she's like already hit those highs of being rich and famous and like
Yeah.
one of the tops, kind of.
Yeah.
Like she's not Beyonce, but she's like kind of right underneath type shit,
Yeah.
right? And so like I think is like that ego of like I don't need to do anything else more.
Yeah.
I don't need to you know, I shouldn't have to promote because I already blah blah blah, but we're in a new era,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I get you. Like she's like, I already proved myself, so I
Yeah.
should be able to be selling these units.
Mhm. And like when Beyonce was younger, that's how it worked.
Right.
But girl, you gotta look around. Beyonce did not have all these phones around, and
Yeah.
all these laptops. You
Yeah.
couldn't do all this like FaceTiming like at a show too. So like yeah, it's all changing, and I think like you have to account for that change. Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you think she's a flop or a bop? Do you think she's coming back or not?
Do you think her career is over and we're not gonna? She can't recover from this, and Lizzo's the flop of the century, I guess.
She keeps coming up with like new ways to try to promote herself. Like the first time it was like she left and came back and was like not skinny, but skinnier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like what do you guys think is next?
What's the next era?
What's the next era? Do you think like whenever she does the next big thing, uh is it gonna be a flop?
Hmm.
Or do you think she's gonna finally get it right?
It's gonna be that drop, bro.
All right. Well, like, subscribe, and comment what you think.
Yeah.
Let us know what you would like to see on this channel. If you have any critiques, you can also drop that in the comments as well, or email us. And
We upload every Monday and Friday, guys. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. And guys, we're out.
peace out.
Peace.